Levantaré mi bandera, estando en mi país o estando allá afuera, porque para mí, mira, no existen fronteras. Yo levantaré mi bandera, wow. Levantaré mi bandera, estando en mi país o estando allá afuera, porque para mí, mira, no existen fronteras. No, no, y es que hay mucho sentimiento, lo grito al viento, de ser latino nunca me arrepiento. Lo digo desde la Suiza, centroamericana, rebota en Colombia y en Dominicana y yo.
Hi everyone, it's Revolución, a Hispanic Heritage Month 2022 virtual event, and it's finally here, presented by Celso Drinks and brought to you by Todo Wafi. I am your host, the Latin Babbler. This is the Latin Babbler Show team. We are honored to be kicking off the event with our kickoff show for this amazing, amazing next 30 days. I'm here alongside with my co-host, Daisy Tornell, and with Paula Garcia. And we're ready. How many? Are you guys ready? Come on, let's get to it.
We're ready.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so for those of you guys who are wondering what Hispanic Heritage Month is, well, let's give you a little history lesson. During Hispanic Heritage Month here in the U.S., we celebrate the cultures, diversity, and contributions by our ancestors and even current Hispanics and Latinos. And the actual date that was chosen, September 15th, was actually chosen because of the Day of Independence, the anniversaries of Costa Rica, Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, not to mention tomorrow will be Mexico, then we have Chile, then we have Belize. All of those celebrated days right after. The observation of this day started in 1968, Hispanic Heritage Week, which was under President Lyndon Johnson, and then was expanded by Ronald Reagan in 1988 to cover an entire 30 days. It was enacted into law in August 17th, 1988. So that was like a quick summary. You guys can go on Google and do all the rest of that, all you want to do. You know, we're not math teachers or any kind of educational people. We're just podcasters and hosts. So we're here to have fun. I'm extremely excited. There's going to be a crazy 30 days. We got panels. We got special interviews. We got exclusive articles. We got like over 60 posts of representations. I'm curious. I'll start with you, Daisy. What is going to be your favorite part of Revolución?
I'm not going to lie. My favorite part is going to be the Latina creators, and it's actually the one I'm working on. So I'm just really excited to meet those ladies and hear more about them. And I'm also super excited about the Indigenous Roots panel. I feel like that's such an important thing to highlight, and it's not talked about enough. So I'm super excited about that one for sure. And pretty much everything. I'm excited for all the interviews.
She's not biased at all because she's in the Latina Creators panel. So that wouldn't be the reason why she's...
It's not the reason. You know.
She's like, it's not the reason, but I'm all in. Paula, what about you?
I mean, I think I'm going to have to be a little biased too. I'm so excited to learn from our authors, our Latino authors. Just so much knowledge. I love to absorb books, and especially when it's Latino content, whether it's Latino writers or they're writing about Latino stories. I'm all about it. I am so pumped.
So
I agree.
She was talking about the Indigenous Roots panel. That is on Sunday. So if you're tuning into this right now on Sunday at 8 p.m., all you have to do is go to our website. The link is going to be provided there. You can sign up now. If you go to the website, you can actually go ahead and click on it. It'll take you to like a Facebook page. You can actually watch the stream there. You can watch the stream on YouTube, or you can download the Riverside app. And you can actually go to the link that's going to be provided on todowafi.com. You can go, you can interact with us on the chat. We'll try to respond back if we can, or at least somebody will, unless I'm in the middle of talking or something. But the Indigenous Roots, we got Afro-Latinidad, two concepts and two topics that people, for whatever reason, don't talk about enough. And then we have the pleasure of being the only ones who have an Asian Latinidad representation panel, which is really cool. So we talk about Asian Latinidad, Afro Latinidad, Indigenous Latinidad. Like it's gonna go crazy. I think that everybody who's going to be tuning into these 30 days are going to benefit by seeing themselves in every single one of these different types of panels. Man, 60 days of representation posts. If you guys aren't paying attention, by the way, go on Something Latina, go on Something Latino. Make sure that you're following at Todo Wafi, because that's where the majority of the representation posts are going to be put up there. But we got a little bit of everything for everyone. I have to say that my favorite part of this entire thing was interviewing these special guests. So, because the panels are live, and then we have, a bunch of guests that we had the pleasure of interviewing aside, people like Eli Vasquez, Adriana from Latinx Therapy. Like we had La Gorda Feminista. Like we had quite a few people. Oh, I can't even, Bassi and Jay Torres, 2 major influencers. So I think that's going to be the funny time, because it was the first time I actually did this in studio, like not behind the mic and the digital. One. Yeah, so we're curious as to how it's going to come out, because obviously in studio stuff always comes out weird. But looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that.
Do you have any special guests you're not allowed to announce yet? Like any surprises?
I do.
Wait, he's keeping secrets?
I do.
From us now?
He's keeping secrets.
I have 2 guests that, because of the logistics of it, we're not allowed to announce yet.
I knew it.
We're not allowed to announce yet, but let's just say they're extremely well recognized, and they will be throughout the series, and they will be announced as a surprise throughout the 30 days. So when you least expect it, all of a sudden it'll be up on the calendar, and it'll be like, wait, what the hell? It's one of those things. But we kept those under wraps.
Now we have something more to be excited about.
Which part? Oh, that part?
Well, yes.
I'm like, wait, there's some more?
I'm like, she's got something? I didn't know.
No, that's a surprise. I mean, it's not to you, but it's a surprise to me. So now I'm going to be bugging you until you tell me, or I'm just going to have to look forward to that.
I mean, I'm not going to give you that information, though. I mean, we're close, but we're not that close.
Not on camera.
So, look, I wanted to talk about some things that because for whatever reason, we had a video where we talked about when it was Cinco de Mayo. And I wanted to make sure that people, understand that Mexican Independence Day is not Cinco de Mayo. Like, it's literally on the 16th of September. So for those of you guys who were completely confused, you guys need to stop, Googling some type of whatever site gave you that information. And so because of that, I decided to come up with 5 misconceptions of the Latino community, because it's Hispanic Heritage Month. And I know that there's a bunch of people out there who have absolutely zero clue of how powerful our Latina that is. So, all right, the first one is that all Latinos are undocumented. Now, I don't know who came up with that. I'm pretty sure CNN, MSNBC, Fox, and whoever else contributed to that myth. You guys got to stop that, okay? Only 13% of immigrants are here undocumented here in the U.S.
Wow, that's not a large number.
Oh, it's not. No. Considering that we represent 20%, almost 20% of the entire U.S., only 13% of immigrants undocumented. So there's another one that says, what is it? Undocumented Latinos don't pay taxes. Well, you're wrong there too. Undocumented immigrants pay between 90 and $140 billion in federal, state, and local tax each year. So, all
and
those
they never see any of that back because they can't file taxes.
Exactly. Way to sit there and point that out.
Hey, I mean, you know what? I just want to add that those 2 first misconceptions are not only misconceptions, but they're also very dangerous and hurtful to our community.
Very much so.
Because people use that rhetoric in order to further pass this propaganda that Latinos are just coming to this country to take your jobs, live off the government, and our communities are really being hurt right now, especially because of our last administration. So those are 2 things that, if you take anything from this, stop, please correct people. That there's just like very dangerous things that need to stop being spread.
I literally call them
before
out.
You speak.
Yeah, as Daisy's saying, make sure you do your research. Make sure, stop listening to Twitter, okay?
Stop listening to Instagram comments. Stop listening to,
stop listening to Twitter, Instagram comments. If you're getting your news from some of these mainstream media accounts, you're being fed a bunch of stuff that's just clickbait. So get your stuff ready. All right, you ready? Latin American immigrants are poor, uneducated, and untrained. All right, so I know that in this group right here, everybody would be offended. So, Daisy, you graduated, right? You got an undergraduate degree. What is it in?
And communications with an emphasis in journalism. So
Paula?
education, and Spanish.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Computer science and programming, network administration. Just right here, that's not an issue. So just to kind of like debunk that whole process, in 2019, 21.7 of all undergraduate students, all right, were Latinos, and the number has increased by 2% since then. And when you look at our accounts, they are surrounded by Latinos who are doing post-undergraduate studies, so their masters and doctorates and things of that nature. A lot of the Latinos that you're going to be seeing, Latinos and Latinas that you're going to be seeing, very educated, very powerful people who are going to be speaking during these events. Very good.
You also have people that don't go to school that are actually very educated and smart.
Extremely.
Just because you didn't go to school, it doesn't mean that you're not smart.
They just think that we're walking around like cleaning toilets for everybody, like, or selling, stuff on the streets and stuff like that. Look, first of all, it's a good wage for some of those people who are sitting there doing that. Second of all, that's called entrepreneurship. Whether you're selling stuff on the street or selling it at a stand, you're still doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? That's your side hustle. Some people got their side hustle. Yeah.
Hey, they're not staying at
And they're
home.
doing it when some people don't want to.
Yes. Yes, but thank you. Protect our street vendors.
Yep. That's a good way of saying that. Why does that sound like a hashtag?
It probably is.
I mean,
hashtag protect our street vendors.
You can't say that, we're lazy, we don't want to work, but then we are out there working, but it's not how you want us to be out there working. They're still hustling. And, they're under attack right now, unfortunately. Oh,
of course. And I think it's because of the perception, but it's like a job nobody else wants to do, so they can go screw themselves. So that goes into hand in hand with the other one, which is Latinos love handouts. You were talking about it before. First of all, we don't do handouts. Like, it's one of those, it's not something that we're fighting for. It's extremely, extremely false. And 19% of the population, that's what we cover. And we're responsible for 72% of the growth in the U.S. labor force since the Great Recession. 72%. Okay, we have a 68.2 labor participation rate since 2019. So we are far from lazy. Okay, we are far from trying to, get handouts and be on social services and things of that nature. Like, that's not what we do. So we have, I think it's 13% of all Latinos who come to the United States are on social services, compared to 33% African Americans, 33% Caucasian, and all the other that fit on there. So we represent a very small minority of people who get these handouts that people are talking to about. So 5 fun facts that we turned around and we needed to debunk for the misconceptions, especially representing here, as we do on the Latin Babbler show. I'm curious though, what do you guys do, aside from the list, what do you guys do with your families for this particular time that you guys share your culture with somebody else, or just even share it with the family itself? Like, what do you guys do that's kind of special to you guys?
I love to read. I love to introduce new books to my daughter. I have a teen now who is very much, enthralled in American culture, and we don't get a lot of opportunities to visit Mexico. And so my way for her to stay connected is to make sure that she knows where our roots are. Just reading, taking her to museums. That's a lot of what
I personally love to cook with my mom and learn new recipes. It's something I've been doing more recently. I've never been like a great cook because my mom is always in the kitchen. But now I'm actually curious. She'll be cooking and I'll be like, oh, like, what is that? What do you put in there? Latinos don't believe in measurements. It's all about like the spices just being thrown in there. So it's really nice to share that with my mom and my sister. My mom tends to FaceTime my sister and they'll share recipes with each other. And just being in the kitchen, drinking coffee and hearing stories about my mom's experience in Mexico is also very important to me.
So you actually mentioned the measurements. So we spoke with Jenny P, who's part of Lunchbox Mafia, who actually talks about that. Like, when she was growing up, we were sitting, there was no measuring cups. It was just like, oh, no, da un ching, tira esto, no, demasiado. And you're like, but I don't know what demasiado is because I don't know what un ching is. Like, can you give me, they just be throwing that shit in there. Like,
and also, have you noticed they don't know how to make small proportions? Like, it's always big. Like a
big, no, it's giant. You get the caldero. Yeah, you get the caldero. The thing looks like a giant witch turning pot. You're sitting there stirring. Like, and that's just for the rice. Yes. Yeah, that's just for the freaking paddle.
That's how we show love. They want you to eat. And then that's why we don't know portion control.
Hey, I'm good with my portion controls. I basically just get a giant ass plate and then I shrink it.
You're like, whatever fits in my hand.
Whatever fits in my mouth. Everything is just gonna go.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna sit.
You eat until your plate is clean, not until you're full, right?
Yo, I don't know.
can't waste
My
it.
family can cook. So when we talk about plate is clean, I'm licking like that plate. Everything
I've
that's
seen some
on
of
that
the
plate.
dishes your mom is making, and I'm like, wow, it looks delicious.
Yeah, so and you know what? She's gonna hate me for this, but she's not the best cook.
Wow.
As good as she is,
Oh, blasphemy.
there are. I know I'm gonna. Oh, she's gonna tear my ass for that one. But I think that I have an aunt who cooks like specific dishes. Like each of them have like their main thing. Like my mom is like a killer at arroz con gandules stuff.
And make sure your mom doesn't hear this podcast.
She is. She listens to all of them. So yeah, this relationship is going to steer a different way after this. So we'll probably see it in the post. You'll see her comment. If you guys pay attention to all of the comments, like she's literally our #1 supporter, and so 80% of the comments are her trying to give lessons about all of our posts, which is kind of funny. I think
She's
so.
gonna be like,
Love you,
"Ay,
mom.
carajo, I'm a good cook."
Yeah, she's like, we need to have a cook-off. So when I go to Miami, I'll just put them on there and I'll videotape it for a good reel. All right, so let's see ways you can celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. So we were just talking about it. Do some delicious dishes. Have some, go out there. Even it doesn't matter whether you're Hispanic, not Hispanic. Turn around and go and find a recipe and try to make it, and then just see if you like it, and if you don't like it, give it to a Latino family who will like it. Whatever suits your boat, but you can try it. We have a lot of Latino dishes. we
Or
have
maybe visit a small restaurant, like a hole on the wall. They
Yes.
have a lot of good small little taco spots, Peruvian spots, Salvadorian spots. They're everywhere.
What's your favorite spot? You're here in LA. You're like me. You're LA bound. What's your favorite spot here in LA?
Ooh, in LA? I don't
Yeah.
have a specific favorite spot, but I always like those small taco spots that, like the ones that are underrated. I like spots like that.
Yeah.
And I love Peruvian food, so there's a couple of places out here in OC that I like to go to.
Mhm.
Sometimes las loncheras are what has the best food too, like the tacos.
The food trucks?
Yeah.
The food truck. Oh, they're so good. All
So
right.
good.
So, all right, what about you, Paula?
I mean,
You got a favorite restaurant or
I'm in
something you want to give a
struggle.
shout out to?
I'm in Struggle City. I'll shout out El Ranchito till I'm blue in the face. I'm in the suburbs. So unless I'm willing to drive like 30, 40, 50 minutes to the city, this is what I got. And let me tell you, they are A1. They're so good. They're a tiny little hole in the wall restaurant, but man, it's to the point where I call and they know my order. One time they were so busy, he put me on hold and I was waiting. He didn't get back to me for like 30 minutes and I finally gave up. We went to McDonald's. That's all that was left open. Anyways, I go back like weeks later and he's like, I put you on hold, right? He gave my tacos for free that day.
Aw.
I know. I'm there that
How
much.
long were you on hold?
I was on hold for a while. I wanted those tacos. And he just left me on
Damn,
hold.
she stayed on there. Boy, that's
I
trooper
was
right
on
there.
I was on there. I'm loyal to this place. When I go hard to support our Latino communities. It's a small, like, family-owned restaurant. And I said, I'm going to support you. But then they didn't get back to me. So I had to go to McDonald's and say, shame, shame. But anyways, he remembered me weeks and weeks later. And he's like, I'm so sorry about that. Here. Like, free tacos for our best customer.
Free tacos for you.
That is hilarious. That's the next one. Support Hispanic or Latino owned businesses. If you are close to one, if you see one that's out there, especially if it's food trucks or if it's locally owned, just go for it. Go and get yourself a good dish. Or if you are just seeing different convenience stores, utility stores, things of that nature, just go out and support Hispanic and Latino businesses. Go in there and show them the love that they deserve for all the hard work that they put in there. Entrepreneurs, we're entrepreneurs. We make up a ton of entrepreneurship. Make a playlist of Latino artists, Hispanic artists. If you had a playlist, Daisy, what would your playlist be?
Bad Bunny.
You can't. I mean, they can't all be Bad Bunny.
I know. I'm kidding.
I'm Bad Bunny and Selena. Those are gonna be the two ones that you always gonna have on. You're just gonna
Bad
rotate
Bunny,
them.
Selena. I think I listen to a lot of Latin music though. I like Luis Fonse. I like a lot of like Alejandro Fernandez, Los Enanitos Verdes. I don't know if you guys saw recently the main vocalist passed away.
I saw
Are
the
you familiar?
notification for it. Yeah, I saw the
Yeah.
notification for it. So there's a post on it.
Yeah, I like a lot of it. A lot of Latin music.
What about you, Paula? Who's on your list?
Right now, I am all about, and I never thought I'd say this, Bad Bunny,
Another one.
Carol G. You know what? It is like, what was it? The Latino wave back when Ricky Martin was big. It's like we are just
he
seeing
was
a
huge.
resurgence of just like this good music that just makes you happy and makes you want to dance, and just literally like Bad Bunny is on every playlist. You know, Carol G, Anita. Oh my
Rosalia.
God. Yes. Those dances that they do, they have body, yaddy, yaddy. Oh my gosh. So, yes. All
So
about
am I
that.
the only one who's all old fashioned here? I guess I'm the only one who's all old fashioned here. It's like me and my daughter, we're sitting there driving around. I'm sitting here still listening to Celia Cruz. I got Fernandito Villalona sitting there blasting on them, Ramon Orlando. Like, these are all names that everybody's like, who the hell are they? But like, they're really
No, they're
huge when
still
I was growing
classic.
Yeah,
up.
they're so good.
I
They're
just,
still
I don't know.
classics, but I think it's just, it's nice
Gloria
to
Estefan,
hear.
Miami Sound Machine. Like, I still got all of those on my
Oh.
playlist. You know what I'm saying? I got Romeo. Well, I got Prince. I got Prince Royce. So
No, and of course, like all of those, they're still jams, but I think it's just nice to be able to hear yourself and see that everyone else that isn't even Latino is enjoying the same stuff at the same time that you are. Where, you know, like you're talking about Gloria Estefan. I mean, all of like these people that you kind of enjoy within your community.
yeah.
But it's just like worldwide right now, and it's just exciting to see.
It is. And look, Bad Bunny has literally picked up the torch and has run with it, and everybody is just on his back. I mean, there's nothing that man puts out that isn't breaking records on anything that he does. So much props. Dude
the
from Puerto
Midas
Rico
touch
was
right
sitting
now.
there bagging groceries at one point. It's like insane to where he is now. And he's just so humble. And no matter how many haters they try to jump on his back, he is like Teflon. It does not matter, man. It's just all over the place. I love what he has done, man, and how he's. And there's a lot of people who are like, I don't like it. Doesn't matter whether you like his music. At least what he's done for La Comunidad is just strong enough, you know. And he's got a big heart. I mean, you've seen like the posts where he's like helping out Uvalde victims and stuff like that, inviting their families, and you know, he constantly engages on stage, which is like really cool. You know, it's
Yeah,
good.
he
It's
engages
like awesome
on
performance.
stage.
Yeah, he
you
does.
Know, you know.
He does. Let's not go in there.
There's-
But he's doing great.
There's
He's doing
been
great.
a thing or two said.
There's been a couple.
He's
There's been
having a
couple.
moment.
He's having a
He's
baby.
having
You
a
know what
moment,
though?
A year.
He's having, even through all of those people talking all kinds of stuff, he's having a super massive year. I mean, I will never spend the kind of money people are spending on Bad Bunny tickets, obviously. But, you know, if I run into him at a 7-Eleven, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. That's free. I'll buy him a Slurpee. Just be like,
I don't
hey.
think he needs you to buy him. He could buy you a Slurpee.
Yeah, but I don't want to be all like that. Like, oh, you know, you're Bad Bunny. Can I get a Slurpee? Like, no, I'd be like, hey, you know what? You did good. Here's a Slurpee. You know, oh, that's not your favorite kind, Coca-Cola? No? Okay, all right, here's the red one. You know, we'll have like the most down-to-earth conversation with his security guard. And then eventually I'll try to reach Bad Bunny, and because this guy probably
it
not
at him.
easily, he's not easily excited. Like, here, I was trying to get you. We'll get it all over him, get arrested. It's a whole thing in my head. Anyways, let's see. So take a dance class is the next one. So for those of you guys who are trying to learn, you know, Latino heritage, Latino Hispanic heritage, go ahead and take some culture dance classes. Do some merengue, do some salsa, do some zumba, do some all kinds of stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your favorite dance, by the way, Daisy?
I actually took salsa classes a while back, so I like dancing salsa. I'm a little rusty
Salsa?
right now, but yeah, believe it or not, I liked it.
Ironically enough, I was never taught salsa. Like, I've
Really?
seen my family do it.
It
was
should
never
be in your
taught.
roots. It should be in your blood.
It should be in my blood. Like, I can dance merengue like crazy, but salsa just doesn't come to me. Like, you know what? Like, when I get into it, like, I could probably do it really easy, but just never train. What about you, Paul?
Bachata, merengue,
Ah, bachata's good. Yeah.
salsa.
the little end to it, bachata.
The little, yeah. The little, like,
Yeah, you have to do it.
The little kick at the end. Everybody's like, what do you talk about? You got to go check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, we got to do a little pop.
It says, check out a museum or exhibit. I mean, they just opened one, or at least it's going to be soon to be open one. The one in D.C. I would definitely go there.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I think it was what the Hispanic. It's not a memorial. I was just about to say the memorial.
Only in DC.
It's part of what is the giant museum that's over there?
The Smithsonian.
The Smithsonian. It's a part of the Smithsonian. So it's like a Hispanic heritage, like celebrating Latino culture. So you guys go over there. Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool. So we're gonna send a team down there. They're eventually gonna go. Some of them have already visited. I know that Daniela, who's one of our writers, was a part of the screener for that. So it's kind of cool. Like they were listening into all the different things that are gonna be showing on there. Another thing that you can do is listen to a podcast, which is what you're doing right now. Supporting Latino podcast. There's also Chambita Chronicles. Make sure you follow that for Afro Latinidad. Get some good conversations there. You have the Roundaway Talk, celebrating BIPOC communities. And last but not least, turn around and spend time with a Latino family. So if you got a Latino friend, we make the best friends, obviously, and we have the coolest families. I mean, don't talk to the abuelita because she always got something to say. But aside from that, just go over there, just have a normal conversation. You're going to need some earplugs because we're loud. Okay? And that's just whispering. So when we actually party, it becomes really crazy. The cops will literally join us when we're partying and when they get called in. And yeah, I mean, if somebody came to your house, Paula, what are you doing to offer them some insight? Like, give me some scoop. If I came in, I'm little Caucasian Ralphie. I came in and I turned around and I was like, hi, Paula. How can I turn around and learn about Hispanic heritage? What are you going to do?
I'm trying to feed everybody, make everybody feel welcome in my home. I'm not trying to cook the food, but I'll feed you.
Paula, are you a cook?
I am. We think we've discussed this more than once.
She burns everything she touches.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's burned, but would I prefer to eat my cooking? Probably not. Like I've managed to keep 2 humans alive by the grace of God.
She said I would probably not like to eat my cooking. That's who says that?
I have I'm very honest. Like I'm not going to lie to myself and my poor child and subject them. I mean, they've adapted.
They've adapted.
They're survivors.
Their immune system is like
better.
It's so they could literally survive any type of food at this point.
Did I not just tell you that a taco place knows who I am from my phone?
That's how often she orders food, I'm sure.
That is insane. That is some funny stuff.
And I'm busy. They have good food. It's it's fine.
You're putting food on the table. It doesn't matter.
Anyways, yes, I'll feed you. I'll feed you, and it'll be good.
Some people said movie night as an option.
Movie night, telenovelas.
You would bring them as a telenovela? That would be your thing?
Be like,
it's like, sit down. Sit down.
Yes, the new Vicente Fernandez biopic on Netflix is coming out.
Mm-hmm. That actually looks good.
The Jenny Rivera one is out.
That actually look really good.
I can't recommend watching that. That was torture.
The Jenny Rivera series?
Yes.
I haven't really seen it. I've seen little parts of it.
Her life was just
tough.
It makes you cry.
Very
yes,
tough.
It was a tough life. But yeah, no, there's so much to watch. And we have so much stuff coming out.
I'd go with the novela, though. That'd be good.
Yeah.
You want to see how dramatic we are? Sit down. Remember the novela with the twins?
Can you imagine sitting somebody down and be like, everything you need to know is in these 2 episodes of Lo que Vida de Rojo. And just put it in there. It's like we're always in a coma. We're always trying to come back from adversity. We always are in a love triangle. Somebody shot somebody, but then came back to life somehow.
We're always
after
extremely
the coma.
dramatic about everything.
You lose your memory. Someone is always has amnesia.
And I set them in out of order. So you get shot, then you go in the coma, then you come back and you don't remember anything. And so your wife is trying hard as hell to try to get you to remember. And then you fall in love with somebody else because you didn't know who this other person was. And then your memory comes back. And then you're in love with both of them. And so now you have a decision to make, but then this one gets hit by a car or something like that. It's always something. It's always something. And by the way, that is the plot of an actual novela. So I didn't just make that shit up.
I'm sure.
Somewhere somebody's writing this, and it's actually going to be like for a 2-year series. So
And there's always that evil person. Always an evil
always.
character. Always.
It's always some guy with a weird mustache. It's always some guy and a cowboy hat, because we all wear cowboy hats.
With the mustache?
That's sincero, yeah. It's always it's always the guy with he's sitting like, no, sí, vamos, sí, Don Ramirez. Yes. All right, guys. I mean, look, 30 straight days that we're going to be coming to you, whether it's live or pre-recorded, through special posts, through articles. Each one of us will be giving you some type of entertainment, and each one of the celebrations will be actually extremely unique. So, stay tuned. Make sure that you follow our accounts at Todo Wafi. Make sure that you're following Something Latina. Make sure that you're following Something Latino. Go to the website, www.todowafi.com. The entire schedule is there. If it's not there, it will be there. Make sure to sign up for these panels. You can go on Facebook on the event and be able to sign up to that. And if you're interested in reaching out to any of us, you can follow us. It's at Daisy Tornell, at Paula Knows Something, or Paula at Miss PPG. How is it? Miss PPP?
PPPG.
Miss PPPG.
Yes. There's a lot of P's in
There's
there.
a lot of P's in there. Just type a couple of P's and then she'll pop up. And then follow me at the Latin Babbler. And look, we're really excited. We can't wait for you guys to see what we've done. We appreciate if you guys give us feedback on what part of this you enjoyed after the 30 days. And we look forward to doing this for 365 days a year. So, guys, that is our show. I'm Rafael, the Latin Babbler. That is Paula. That is Daisy. We're out.
Desde Nicaragua hasta Costa Rica, con esta canción todo mundo se identifica. Llamen a los chilenos y a los cubanos, llamen a Puerto Rico y a los mexicanos, que ya se armó la rumba. Desde Panamá hasta Ecuador, vámonos a Perú y luego hasta Salvador. Que se escuche en Brasil y Argentina. Yo quiero un grito de mi gente latina y levantaré mi bandera, estando en mi país o estando allá afuera, porque para mí, mira, no existen fronteras. Yo levantaré mi bandera.